Buenos días, chicos. Buenas tardes o buenas noches. Les voy a enseñar a ustedes cómo accesar los materiales que voy a poner aquí para ustedes. Primero, ustedes van a ir en Schoology, porque en Schoology ustedes van a ver todo lo que necesitan para hacer las asignaciones. Aquí ustedes pueden ver una carpeta totalmente nueva de los pronombres directos. Si tú haces clic aquí en la carpeta, puede ver también los materiales que necesitan. Luego aquí tienen una asignación en Nearpod que necesitan hacer, ¿ok? Ustedes también tienen aquí el PowerPoint o el PDF del PowerPoint para que ustedes puedan ver el PDF y para que lo puedan tener para accesar en el futuro. Podemos ver aquí que dice ¿qué es el objeto directo? ¿Qué es el pronombre? Aquí tienen la mesa y aquí tiene ejemplos. Aquí ustedes tienen las diferencias, ¿ok? ¿Dónde va después del verbo? ¿Dónde va antes del verbo? Aquí ustedes tienen las partes de la oración, sujeto, verbo, objeto directo y el pronombre. Aquí está todo junto. Direct object, sentence sample, direct object pronoun, sentence sample. Después, el twist, que ustedes saben, si hay dos verbos, puede ir antes del verbo, antes, o después, después. También aquí hay un note. El apunte dice, when you add the direct object pronoun to the end of a verb that has been changed from the infinitive, you have to count back 1, 2, 3 verbs and put an accent, or it is going to be incorrect. This is because we are adding another syllable to the original sound. So it would say, está mirándola. The stress now falls here. So we have to add the accent. Okay, ahora ve y practique. So this here you have your link for the VHL online textbook and your link for Quizlet. Okay, so going back. En Nearpod, ustedes van a hacer las actividades. You're going to see that same exact PowerPoint that we saw in the PDF here. And in between every couple of slides, you're going to have a couple comprehension questions. And at the end of the Nearpod, you're going to have to take a quiz. It's 10 questions. You're not really writing sentences. You're just choosing one of the answer options. So it's going to be very similar to when you guys did Quizlet Live and you had to pick the sentence that matched the sentence that was provided. For example, if they give you the direct object, you have to choose the one with the correct pronoun. But there are some variations on the quiz. So you just want to read the instructions carefully for each question and be careful to choose the correct one. Okay, so this link here will take you straight to where you need to go for the Nearpod. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay, so now when you guys go into, I need to open it. When you guys go here to look at the PowerPoint or their Nearpod, it's going to look like this. Okay, so so the direct object pronoun, then you have your chart over here with your samples. Here, what is the direct object? So the direct object is the item that receives the action. So if we think about who is affecting the verb, that is the subject. And then the thing, like remember when we did gustar, the direct object in gustar sentences is like the pizza. The pizza is being liked. That is receiving the action. So that's the direct object. Here, when you're watching the television is being watched. So that is the direct object. The pronoun then replaces the direct object. Okay, so here we learned the position changes of where it's located in the sentence. So jumping back a little bit. So the television is being watched. It is being watched. That is the exchange. So you would not say it is being watched, the television. That would be redundant. Okay. So you have to take away the television when you are using the direct object pronoun it. Here you can see the parts of speech. So I color coded it to be a little bit more helpful for those people that are drawn to the colors. Okay, so your subject affects the conjugation of the verb. El sujeto afecta la conjugación del verbo. Okay, Julio is the sujeto. And when you see the quiz on Nearpod at the end, I think Julio is the subject all the way through. Okay. El verbo es la acción que se hace al objeto directo. So the verb is the action that is done to the direct object. Mira is the verb that is conjugated from mirar. El objeto directo recibe la acción del sujeto y va después del verbo. So la televisión is the objeto directo. It goes after the verb. You see here, after the conjugated verb. So, Julio mira la televisión. So this is our original sentence. Now we have our pronoun. We said earlier, television's pronoun is it. It on the singular side. If we look at our chart, it falls down here. It and them. Okay, so it's singular masculine, it singular feminine. Okay, so the television ends in ION, so it is la. If we also look here at our article, when there is an article, that is very helpful because the article helps you also find it a little bit faster. So la is the pronoun for the television. Okay. And the pronoun that is replacing the direct object goes in front of the verb that is conjugated. You see here? So verb, direct object, pronoun, verb. So it's the little arrows going the other way. So this way, that way. Okay? Julio la mira. Julio watches it. Julio watches the TV. Julio watches it. Okay. Then we have the twist. So the twist is when there are two verbs. And by two verbs, we mean a verb expression or the present progressive. Okay. So here in our sample, we're going to use the present progressive because it's from this chapter. But when you go into your quiz, you're going to see several different verb expressions, like to need to do something or to have to do something. So here, the first option is what we saw here. This is option one. One verb, one option. Okay? When you have two verbs, you have two options. You have that original option that we saw, okay? Like here. So the original one that we saw, Julio watches TV, Julio watches it. So now we're going to say Julio is watching television. So we're going to use the first option first, okay? Julio is watching television. Say Julio is watching it. So you see the placement is still before the conjugated verb, okay? Now, The progressive form is not conjugated. It's just a form. That's not a conjugation, okay? This is a conjugation when you need the charts, okay? Your verb charts. Okay, so the second option here, you attach it to the second verb. So whether it is an infinitive or whether it is a form of a verb, like mirando, okay? The option number 2 is attached. So we attach it here. There's no space, you see? There is like right there with it. So Julio está mirándola versus Julio la está mirando. Now, the way that I said it the first time is so that you can see where the law goes. But the correct way to pronounce it is Julio está mirándola. So there is a piece that we have to add after we attach a syllable here to the end, because we're adding an extra syllable, and this only applies when there end up being 3 or more verbs. Okay, so mirando is regular, but mirándola, you're adding that syllable, putting the stress here on this middle A. So we have to count back the vowels. So you see 1, 2, 3. I'll put it up here. 3, and we have to put the accent on the A. Okay, it would be the same if you said buscando, then the accent would still be on the A, and I'll write it here so you can see buscándola. So we go 1, 2, 3, and then that one would have the accent. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it in here really quickly for you. I can find it. No, va a ser más bajo. Okay, so as I'm getting the accent, so it would be like this. Está buscándola. Okay, he's looking for it. So if we were to say that the original sentence is Julio is looking for what's something, la maleta, Julio está buscando la maleta. Julio está buscándola. He's looking for it. Okay, so there's just an extra sentence for you to see. And then that's it for the direct object pronoun. When you go into your Nearpod, you are going to see this same exact slide. You want to read it carefully and then answer the questions carefully. If you need to, you can open the slide to help you on the side, okay? And when you are doing your activities for this, you are more than welcome to ask me, okay? ¿Tienes preguntas? Hazlas. You always want to ask questions when you have them in order to have a better understanding, okay? Buena suerte.